First 5 rounds, testing out the Buffalo Boar 220 grain hard cast. All right, I have 10 rounds loaded, but I'm only at fire 5. I'm gonna do a 5-shot group accuracy test at 20 yards freestyle. Take it slow and controlled, not just for the accuracy, but I also have the Garmin Zero up. If you get on Buffalo Boar's site, it has a box rating of 1,200 feet per second, but also has a rating for the Glock 20, which they state 1,140 feet per second. So we're gonna go ahead and find out today what I actually am gonna get out of the Buffalo Boar 220 grainer. Goddamn mosquitoes. I got my last 10 rounds loaded and mosquitoes are driving me nuts. I forgot my timer. I'm gonna just mess around, do some drills. It's at like 17 yards, may change up and do some other stuff, but let's see if she fires off these last 10 rounds. Spoke too soon, so what would that be out of 20 rounds? I think that's number 11, 12, failure to feed. We got another one. All right, out of 20 rounds, what was that? 2 malfunctions. They were failure to feeds. I think it was 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, you guys, going to try and wrap up this Buffalo Boar 220 grain hard cast. Sample size of 20, and as you've already seen, I did have 2 failures to feed. For comparison purposes, which I'll be doing throughout this video, I've also shot Underwood 220 grainer hard casts, and those, though, I had 4 failure to feeds with those. Moving into accuracy, I'm not saying I don't think Glock likes 220 grainers. I'm saying I don't think my gun likes 220 grainers, so I have just not had the best of results with them. I fired 5 shots at this little pasty up here, and I had only 4 of the 5 actually land on target. This is from a different ammo, but I had 1 here, 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 and here. And of course, I forgot my tape measure or any methods of measuring this. So as soon as I get home, I'll go ahead and get a measurement for you guys. I'll give you a 4-shot average group somewhere right down in here. Once again, for comparison purposes, when I did shoot that 220 grain Underwood for accuracy at the same distance of 20 yards and also freestyle, I also had only 4 of the 5 on target, and then I had an actual 4-shot average, 4-shot group size. Where is it? I'm looking down here, which was 15 3/4 inches. Jumping into the Garmin results. If you were to look right on the Buffalo Bore box, it'll state it has a muzzle velocity of 1,200 feet per second, boasting 703 foot-pounds. If you were to go to their website, it'll actually state a couple other guns, some of the averages that they pulled, and they state for a Glock 20 you should get 1,140 feet per second. I got close to that. Today, out of 5 shots, I had a 5-shot average muzzle velocity of 1,129.4, so I was like just 10 under what they state is the average for it. So that's pretty decent and everything. And of course, where I'm at currently, I have 0 service, so I can't calculate that into what the actual foot poundage would be. But out of my Glock 20 with a 4.6 inch, which has a 4.6 inch barrel, getting 1,129, the foot pounds would be. I'll place it somewhere right here. Once again, comparing it to the Underwood 220 grainers, I had a 5-shot average with the Underwood 220 grainers at a 1,159.5. Once again, the Buffalo Bore average, 5-shot average was 1,129. The Underwood 220 grain average for me in foot pounds was 652, where the Buffalo Bore's foot pound average came out to, once again, placed right here. I don't know. I just don't think my gun likes 220 grains. I don't have the, I haven't had the best of experience with reliability or accuracy in comparison to all the other test results I've come up with so far with 200 grain stuff. I have become a huge fan of Underwood's 200 grain hard cast, as well as Double Tap's 200 grain hard cast, which I've had very close foot pounds to the 220 grainers. Like, man, I'm talking like real close. And also far better reliability at even higher round counts than 20, as well as better accuracy from them. So for me personally, I'm going to stick with the 220 Double Tap and Underwood, but I'm going to continue to be testing out some other stuff, and hope this helps you guys out. All right, you guys take care and have a good one.